Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Akhilesh.
Hi, Rahul. What's up?
Fine.
Good evening, Akhilesh ji.
Good evening, Velvan. Hi, Vamshi, Fani, Deepak. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Akhilesh. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. So, who has attended last week and gone through the recording also? Anyone?
Yes, I.
Everyone is aware what we discussed last time?
Yes, pivot table, about the pivot table. No?
No.
How's it about VLOOKUP and XLOOKUp?
Yes. Pivot
I'm
table.
aware of that.
After that, you joined the course. Okay. So then on the WhatsApp group, I shared that what you need to watch before coming, right? Okay. Anyways.
I'm aware of this.
So I will mute everyone. And just okay. Just raise your hands if you have any questions. So what I was saying that last week we discussed VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP, the lookup functions. Okay. These things are there in the course. Section 9 is there for them. And if you want, you can also go through the recording of the previous session. So both things are available. Okay. We were just repeating things. We were discussing some like different situations or maybe some questions from the audience. Okay. Now, everyone is okay to discuss index and match today, or you have some other questions before that? Raise your hands if you want, okay? And you can put the question in the chat box also. What's the issue? Okay. My screen is visible to you? Yes or no in the chat box?
Yes.
Okay. Am I visible, audible? All three things are there? Great.
All done. All done.
Okay, great, great. So I will just recap VLOOKUP briefly. Funny is having a question?
Yes, Akhilesh.
Yes, Funny. Tell me.
In VLOOKUP, can we use this flower bracket and pull the continuous data, continuous columns data?
Mm-hmm.
Can we use that?
Yes, we can use it.
Okay.
Okay, but it depends on your Excel version also. Okay, you can use it. So, guys, what he's saying, let's say, I want maybe nationality and then department from this place based on the employee code. I want to write it, let's say, department. Okay, I need two things. Or let's keep it here because in tables, some things may not work properly. So I am writing a VLOOKUP function. Normally, how I would write VLOOKUP. Then I will take the common thing. This needs to be looked up, where I will go and select this range. Okay, whatever. You can mention the table name also. Last time we discussed. So if I have to mention the table name, I can mention something like TBL. And it is TBL people. Then if I am looking for nationality in the other table, which column it is? Okay, so I remember roughly it is 6, I guess, and then comma 0. 0 is for exact match. Okay, so then exact match means if you can find E001, then give me the result. Otherwise, don't give me any result. Say not applicable or not available. When I press enter, I get the result. So that means it is working fine. Now, what he was meaning that if I am looking for department also, and department is, let's say, this is count is 10, so to column 10. Okay, so rather than writing VLOOKUP one more time, can I write here rather than 6, I can write, okay, curly bracket 6, comma 10. Okay, rather than writing the VLOOKUP function twice, because majority of the things are same. The data lookup table is same. Okay, what based on which we are looking, that is also same. 0 is also same, exact match. Only the column number is different. Okay, so we can write like this, and then it will give you the results in one single formula. Now again, as I said, it is possible in the latest version of Excel. But if you are having an older version of Excel, then this limitation would be there, because dynamic array functions may not be working properly in the older versions of Excel. Okay, but you can try it and then you can check. Okay, so that is what I was telling. And here you can mention 3, 4, 5, whatever columns you want. Everything you can put together. Any other questions other than this? No questions, right? Okay. Now, let's start with match function. So I will again write the VLOOKUP function here. Here itself I am writing equal VLOOKUP. Based on this, let me zoom it a little bit more so that you can watch it properly. VLOOKUP. Based on this cell, how many of you can tell me why I'm getting this different nomenclature rather than A2? Anyone who is aware of this?
Because of table.
Because of tables. How to switch it off if you want to? Anyone who is not aware of this nomenclature of writing formulas?
There is one option in table design.
Yeah. Not table design, I guess. Here, do I have that option? No. Here it's not there. I've never used it if it is there also. Okay. So how? So normally when we convert a range into a table, then by default, your cells will be noted down like this. I am selecting equal and I'm selecting this column. So this is in the same row I am getting from employee code column. That is the meaning of this @. Okay. If I select all the cells of employee code column, then it is saying equal employee code. If I select just one cell in the same row, then @ employee code. That means in the same row, get me the value from employee code column. If I select anything else, then it is a normal range, because now there is no relationship kind of thing. It is a part of the table, but still he is not able to get. Maybe you just wanted A4 as it is. Okay. You can switch this off from here, file, options, formulas, and here use table names in the formulas. This is activated by default. Okay. So if you uncheck it and when you click OK, now if I try to do the same thing again, you can see the normal cell name is coming. So whichever way you feel more comfortable, you can go ahead with that. But ideally, tables are better way of writing formulas. Again, it depends on situation to situation also. But tables are generally better in writing the formulas. Okay, so let's go ahead with this one. So equal VLOOKUP. I am going for this cell. And then here, this range, so I can name it as table EBL. And I have named all my tables in such a way that as soon as I type tables, all the names are listed so that I can recall what could be my table which I want to use. Okay. If I don't use that prefix or TBL, then it will be difficult for me. It was starting from bank, B or P or something else. Okay. That's why I keep a standard prefix in the names. Okay. If I create a normal name range, I use R. If I create a pivot table names, I use PT. Okay, so you can pick any suffix or prefix so that you can relate those names. Okay, so anyways, for this one, we want to go for this column 6, comma 0. And we are getting all the nationalities. Now, the problem which you will face after some time is that this 6, maybe you were not known, okay, you were not aware. So you were counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If it was designation, from here till here, you were counting, so it was 11. Okay, so that takes some effort, and this needs to be done before writing the formula. Otherwise, you will have to come outside the formula and then count it and then rewrite the formula. Okay, some people, what they do, they will just insert one row at the top and they will type the numbers like this by default. So that when they are looking at it, I'm looking at designation, I need designation, so it is 11th column. I need marital status, so it is 7th column. Okay, so all those things are directly visible to me. That's one way of handling that, rather than you manually counting it. Okay, permanently usko wahan pe rakh do. Then let's come here. What if there are 50 columns? Okay, and I don't want to insert that row also because that's additional work for someone. Okay, so what you can do, I will introduce you to one new formula. Okay, and that is known as match. Okay, and I will keep it here. Okay, so I want to know where is nationality. Okay, I want to know the column number of nationality. Okay, and nationality कहाँ मिलेगा? हमको row number 2 में मिलेगा. ठीक है, from the beginning I want to know what is the position of nationality. So there is a function known as match which does this job very, very well. Function name is match. So what this match function does, it can match any value which you give. It is like similar to VLOOKUP, but less arguments than VLOOKUP. Formula is shorter. Okay, so it is saying, what do you want to look? I want to look for, let's say, nationality. Okay, then it is asking, like VLOOKUP, where can I find this nationality? Whatever you are looking, where can I find which column or which place? So lookup array in match function is always a list. Either it is a one single column like that, vertical, or it is a one single row, horizontal. So if I am looking for nationality, nationality can only be found in row number 2, right? That's the place where we can find the header name nationality. Okay. So I have given the full row number. I could have given the specific header names also like this, but let me give full. Okay, because I don't, that the ending side is already empty, so it doesn't matter to me. Then it will ask you what kind of match, like VLOOKUP is also asking, right? Approximate match or exact match. So here also it is asking what kind of match. And again, we will go for exact match. And when we press enter, it gives me the column number directly. So one time I need to write this formula, but next time onwards, it can automatically find it. So that's the benefit of match function. So I will repeat, what is the role of match function? Match function finds the position of a particular text or whatever you are looking for in a vertical column or in a horizontal row. Okay, you cannot give data to match function like this. You cannot give a cross tabular data. इसको एक column चाहिए या फिर एक row चाहिए. Then only it will give you the result. Okay, so that's the role of match function. Let's write it again one more time. Okay, let's say I'm looking for department. Where is department? So I will write match function. Find me this text, or I can write it in double quotes also, whatever is the text. Writing is difficult, like some more efforts will be required, so I will pick up from that cell. Where can I find it? I can find from here. Okay, I can find from here. Another way of writing this is because it is a table, right? So I can write TBL, then I can write TBL people. And then when I write square bracket, here there is an option of headers somewhere, headers. Hopefully that will work, and comma 0. Okay. So now you may be slowly and slowly in every session, I am giving you how we can use tables in a different ways, right? So once something is converted into a table, it becomes very easy. I was not required to go to that place and select the headers, right? I use my table name and I use that square bracket, and it gave me all the elements of that table, whatever we can use. Okay, so that's another way of mentioning a range which is part of a table. Okay, so these three things we have, these 2 times we have covered match function now. Now, how to use it using VLOOKUP, let's say. So do you remember this 6? We were taking it manually, right? What if I take this one and then I freeze it using dollars, so that when I move down, this I4 should not become I5 or I6 or I7, because I don't want my nationality column number to change because of the rows, right? So that's why I have frozen it. When I press enter, result is still same. But what is the benefit? The benefit is that now, let's say you move this particular column to somewhere, this column. Okay. My nationality formula is still intact. But if I was using normal VLOOKUP 6, that 6 would be giving me something else now. Okay. So when things change from one place to other place, cut and paste, then also it is working. Another benefit. Okay. What is this cell doing? This cell is finding whatever is this header, nationality. What if I mention that I am looking for last name of that person? So I just change the header name, last name, and my VLOOKUP formula is giving me last name now, which was not possible in normal VLOOKUPs. So match function dynamically picks up this particular text. Whatever is there, it will look up in this particular row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will find the position in this row. Horizontally, starting from left to right, it will find that position. Okay. And then once that position is established, then it feeds that to the VLOOKUP function, and VLOOKUP works the way VLOOKUP is normally working. Column number, exact match, vertical lookup. So that's how VLOOKUP is working. But one simple match function made it dynamic for us. Whether we are moving from one, whether we are inserting something in between, whether we are dynamically changing what we need. Okay. So here also, if I simply say department, it will give me department. Understood? Anyone, any questions till now on match function? Is it powerful or not?
Yes, sir, very powerful.
Great. So start using match function, keep using VLOOKUP, but plug something else in between. Last time, I think I mentioned that, okay, when you are learning something, learn one thing at a time. But when you are implementing something, then combine multiple things which you have already learned. Okay, so we used match, we used VLOOKUP, and then we combined them together.
Have to practice, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, practice is inevitable.
So can you repeat how to write again?
Can you repeat how to write match function, right? How to write match function, correct?
Both match and VLOOKUP.
So
How to combine both the.
how to combine both? Okay. So let me write it from the beginning here. Okay. For understanding purpose, I wrote it on a different cell. Okay. But in real situations, I will not create another cell to get my formula working, right? So how I will write equal VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP, I'm looking for this cell from where TBL underscore whatever is the name of your table, select that. Then I need a column number. Column number, I can type 6 or 10, whatever is that directly, but that's manual process. So what I can do, I can write match function to get me that column number. Then the match function also says column number should be for which column, what text. So I will say, can you use this cell? And I will freeze it so that, because my header name is only available in E1, so I need to freeze that part. Okay, comma, then lookup array. Where can we find that department name? So I will use TBL people. Okay, let's make it simple. Let's go there and select row number 2. This also I will freeze. Okay. Then what kind of match? So what if department is not available? What should I do? Give me exact department, otherwise don't give me. Okay. So I will say comma 0. Sorry. Comma 0. Close the match here. So this row, the role of this segment is just to fetch the column number. Rest of the VLOOKUP is still working. Okay. So VLOOKUP, we have covered the lookup value. We have covered the range. We have covered the column number, but we need to also mention for VLOOKUP what kind of match you want. So we still need to maintain this 0. And that's giving me the results. In case by default or maybe through some other process, this department is changing to something else. What was that? Mobile number, maybe? Mobile. It is giving me mobile number. First name, last name, whatever is there in the list of headers, it will give you that result. Okay. So again, summary is role of match function is to fetch the position in a vertical list or in a horizontal list. Understood? Next question.
अखिलेश सर,
Yeah.
सर जैसे आपने ई कॉलम में आपने ये फॉर्मूला लगा दिया, मोबाइल डिपार्टमेंट हम चेंज कर देंगे तो ये नीचे चेंज हो जाता है। अगर जो मुझे ऐसे ही इसको एफ कॉलम में भी कोई दूसरी एंट्री डालनी है तो उसको कॉपी पेस्ट मार सकते हैं?
हाँ, मार सकते हैं। इट डिपेंड्स, यहाँ पे A2 को फ्रीज नहीं किया है, राइट? ओके, सो if I have not frozen A2, if I simply copy this and paste it here, so wherever dollar is not there, that thing will change the column by 1. So A2 will become B2. Let me show you.
Can you do? Yes.
So here you can see, now it is looking for B2, which is not a employee code. Okay. So when I copy pasted, A2 became B2. Rest of the things were having either the names or the dollars. So they did not change, right?
Okay.
But my common thing between the two places is employee codes, and which is not the case.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, if I have that intention to do, then what I will do, I will write my formula by freezing here A2, but not A2, only A, because my employee code will always be available in column A, but multiple rows of column A, right? So that's why I'm not putting dollars before 2, because it can be third row, it can be fourth row also. Different employee codes are there. Okay.
Okay.
So I have kept dollar now here, and then I will copy this. And here also we need to make some tweaks, because if you paste it here, maybe you would look for the header names from F1, right?
Okay.
So not E1, otherwise E1 will give you same result. Correct?
Yes.
So here we will remove the dollar from E, because E we would like to shift it to F or G or something else. Okay, we want to keep it dynamic.
Yes.
And now if I copy paste it here, it will work. Only thing is currently it is looking for column 1, which is not there in the list. Let's put something like we have mobile. Let's find something first name,
Department, gender.
gender. Yeah, gender we can put. So it will start working.
Okay, sir.
So when I
Okay,
copy
sir.
pasted, A did not change because dollar was there. Okay. E
Okay.
changed to F because dollar was not there. But 1 remained because my match function will always look for names in this list. It will pick up from here and then will match it from the other place, the row number 2. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Anyone else?
सर ये लास्ट कॉमा जीरो का मीनिंग क्या है सर?
So last comma 0 ka meaning hai. So if I remove it, VLOOKUP is asking, okay, you have told me to match the employee code from this place to that place, right? You want to match me. Based on that, I will pick something. It is saying, what if E001 is not available to me in that other list? Then what should I do? Can I do some approximations? And 0 is a way of saying that no approximations. So 1 is true, means you can match it approximately. And false, which is 0, that means you need to match it exactly. Nahi milega, no problem. Okay, give me errors. Okay, but no problem.
Okay.
Okay, so most of the time,
Right.
last time, so go through the recording of the previous one. 0 is what you will use most of the time. Okay, because you never know how approximate matching works. So unless you understand that concept, don't use it. The problem of 1 or like the other counterpart of 0 is that it will give you some results, but those results may not be accurate. So that's why never use it unless you understand the situation. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Next.
File size will not be heavy if we maintain in tabular format.
It depends how many lines are there, but normally it is not an issue. Okay.
If there are suppose like 80,000 rows and like 25 to 30 columns.
So 80,000 rows is not a big data, but if you're writing 25, if you are writing formulas in 25 to 30 columns, then it might be an issue. Okay. So it is situational. Okay. But I would like to keep my things in table format as much as possible. Yes, I have seen sometimes when you try to copy paste or you have written some formula, but you want to undo it, then it might get stuck or your Excel might hang. Okay.
Right.
So keep a
So
balance.
I will be working on what you call this data, employee data. So it's like we have 60 to 61 columns and approximately around more than 10,000, more than 80,000 rows. So when I try to prepare in a tabular format and I have applied pivots and I applied charts as well. The last time what we discussed in our webinar. So when I have prepared those dashboards, now I see that file I am unable to open. I have saved in binary format, but still that
so
load
binary
is
they will not like that is the least possible size. They might lose some of the properties of your whatever work you are doing. Okay. So keep it normal Excel, and I will have to see what you are doing exactly. But table is better. If you are feeling that it is getting stuck, then ignore the table. Another way may be using Power Query. Okay. So that can, so
Power
you
Query,
keep your
yeah.
file somewhere static, some place, dedicated folder, and you pull it from there. Okay. So then you will minimize a lot of VLOOKUPs to Power Query also. Okay.
Sure.
So depending on the situation, then only we will see. But tables have a lot of benefits. That's why we are using it. But sometimes, yes, we.
I see. I mean, I never worked based on table format. I see a lot of benefits here. means the work is real quick. I mean, the formulas what you are going around is real quick. I mean, instead of remembering the column numbers and everything,
Correct.
it's just doing wonders. But that is the challenge what I'm facing. If at all, if I convert this into tabular format,
So table or no
with the
table. Okay, table or no table. Okay. But keep your
Okay.
formulas in such a way, and this is for all of you, okay? Keep your formulas in such a way that the whole column is having the same formula. Then it will be easy for you to maintain it. Okay. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि your formula in these cells is different and in these cells you are writing a different formula. Maybe you want to VLOOKUP for these ones from somewhere else. That may be the situation, but फिर भी try to create a formula so that it is uniform across all the lines, and then you will be easily able to handle it, tweak it at a future stage. अगर हर पार्ट का फॉर्मूला आपका डिफरेंट होगा, मान लो this is different, how will you manage next
Yeah.
time when changes are coming?
sometimes it tends to happen because we pick up from different files.
Yeah.
So if suppose
then you need to do some pre-work so that your end formula still remains standard.
yeah, see is this is like, if suppose employees leave the organization, suppose the SLT, I mean higher management will come and ask about those people skills or something else. We do have the current employee skills, but if at all we want to go back and check in previous files, that is when we apply these kind of formulas.
So now the actual work is that you should not maintain too many masters. What kind of master it is if there are too many masters, right?
I agree. I mean, based
maybe-
on attrition, we have to create the it will be like monthly files and YTD files, right?
Yeah.
So that is how we are maintaining YTD and MTDs.
So ठीक है, अभी चलने दो, but
हाँ.
always keep this as a goal कि I will avoid as much as possible to write different formulas in the same column. ठीक है? As much as possible. And once we get along, once you like cover all the concepts and we discuss different things, okay, some of you have joined Power BI, so they will learn Power Query and other things, okay, then I will be able to suggest you some more options of doing the same thing in a better way. Okay, for now, let it go. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was match function. Now let's understand index function. Okay. And most of the time, index function requires help of match. You might have heard always index match, index match. How many times you have heard only index, right? So they are generally used together because the match function complements the index function. So I will use another file, very simple file. And all these files are there in our course, different video sections, okay? So you can practice it from there.
अगले सर
Yeah.
सर वो मैंने सेकंड इंस्टॉलमेंट कर दिया था, तो मेरे सेशन में ही आएंगे ना सारे आगे के जो आप कह रहे थे पेंडिंग और लाइव सेशन
आपको
सारे?
मूव कर दिया ना मैंने उसमें?
ठीक है सर, ठीक है। अभी एक्चुअली मैं पहुंचा नहीं हूँ ना वहां तक, तो
हाँ.
इसलिए मैं आपसे पूछ रहा था।
So I have moved you to the main course, okay?
ओके सर, ओके, थैंक यू।
Okay. So I will close this one and I will open this one. Okay. Very simple data set. Some employees, their names, maybe social security number, region and department. And if you focus, when I select everything, this is named as data. So it is not a table. You don't see any table design, right? But still, I have named this range as data. I typed the name here in this section, name box, so that I can easily refer data rather than selecting B3 to F14, something like that. Now, if someone asks you a simple question, what is the value in row number 5 column number 2. Okay. What will be your result? Row number 5, column number 2. What will be the result?
Is the name Rebecca Austin?
Row number 5. No, that's row number 3. Row number हमेशा the range which is in discussion उसका होता है. Okay, not the sheet. Sheet का row number hardly use करोगे आप. Okay. So when I started with data, in the data I was asking row number 5 and column number 2. Okay. So in one way you were also right, but I started from data. So in data, row number 5 is this and column number 2 is this. So the result is Mary Smith. Fine. Let me ask one more time. What will be the result in row number 8 and column number 5? Row number 8
Account.
and column number 5. So it is Rita's department, accounts. Itna समझ में आ गया? Everyone understood this manually? This is the role of index. Okay. Now let me give you the result. Equal index. Okay. It says give me an array. Array is as good as a continuous set of data set. It can be a table, it can be data like this. Okay. So let me mention data. Okay. So now that means we are finding things in data. Then it is saying, can you give me the row number? I will say 5. Can you give me the column number? I will say column 2. That was my first question, right? And when I press enter, it gives me the same result which you were given. So index function, focus on the first line. Okay, it has 2 uses. So we will focus on the first one. That's the most commonly used thing. Okay. So give me the data, give me the coordinates, what row number, what column number, and I will give you that result. Let me write it again. Index, row number 8, sorry, first data, then comma, row number 8, column number 5. And that was accounts. Any question and any like difficulty in understanding this part? Index, how it works?
No, sir.
Okay. I hope that's the case with everyone because some people are silent. Okay. So role of index is to slice a bigger data set. Okay. Why I'm using slice? Okay. Because if I mention something like this, I mention only 8 and nothing in column number. It gives me the whole row number. It gives me the full row number, row data. Okay, again, this is, I'm writing formula in one cell and it is percolating to other cells, nearby cells. So this works in the latest version of Excel, but still the reason is that when I mention only row number, it will give you the full row number out of the data. If I mention this much is empty, let's say row number, sorry, column number 2. When I press enter, it gives me column number 2 of my data. So index is able to slice your data range, which you are giving it to. Okay. And if you are giving both the coordinates, it will slice it this way and then slice it this way. So whatever is the intersection value, it will give you that result. Both the coordinates are there, it will give you the result from a particular cell based on that coordinate. If you mention only one coordinate, row number or column number, if you mention row number, it will give you that horizontal slice. If you mention column number, it will give you that vertical slice. Okay, so that's the role of index. Now, this was a very small data set. And the way I was giving you questions was, I was first looking at the result, Mary Smith, and then I gave you the question, row number 5, column number 2. Okay. This was a small data set. That's why I was able to easily count row number 5, column number 2, row number 8, column number 5. But when the data set will be big, you will not have those coordinates itself. Okay. And that's where match function will help. Okay. That's where match function will help. So if index was utilizing 5 and 2, 5 can come from match function. 2 can come from, again, same thing, match function. So these can be fed using match function. Data is data, and index will be able to give you those results. Now let me show you an application of this. Okay. So I am having this data where a table is there. Name of the table is TBL underscore employee info. Okay. Employee ID is there, names are there, and again, same details which we were seeing in the first sheet. Now, this is a place where we are working. In this place, I want to know the employee ID based on the name. Employee ID based on the name. And this is the place from where we can find the employee ID. Can you write a VLOOKUP formula to do this? Anyone? What will be the VLOOKUP formula to get the employee ID? We want to find this. Where? Now what? This. I will select this, right? From column B to F, or maybe TBL, employee info, comma. In the TBL employee info, which column it was? First column, right? Employee ID I am looking for, right? First column, comma. What kind of match? 0. The formula is correct or not? VLOOKUP formula?
Not correct, because VLOOKUP is always looking for right side values.
Okay. So that's anyone else? Any comments on that?
X lookup. We use X lookup.
Okay. X lookup को ignore करते हैं. VLOOKUP. Any problems anyone seeing here, or it is okay to write like this?
Okay.
So Rahul says okay. Now ho kya raha hai dekho. Let's, so formula is, the way of writing formula is correct. Or employee code, let me use single quote so that we can read it. We are saying find this. Where? In this table. Okay. And then what do we want? We want column number 1. And then what kind of match? 0. That means exact match. So I am finding name, and VLOOKUP works. Whatever data you give in first column, it will find the name. And first column में तो इसको मिलेगा ही नहीं वो. VLOOKUP को जो भी data दोगे, whatever range you give in VLOOKUP, in the first column of that range, it starts looking for that common thing. Okay, so it will never find anything, because here employee IDs are there and you are trying to find the names. So then your next thought process will be, no, I will not give this full table. I will start this range rather than the table. I will start from column C so that I can find names. Great. Okay, it was able to find first column in that range. You can change it to second column also. It is able to find social security number. You can change it to third. It is able to find region, and then fourth, department. Fifth, है ही नहीं क्योंकि आपने दिया नहीं था. You gave only 4 columns, right? So how to get the employee ID then? If you have given only this data, employee ID was on the left side. And that's why just a few minutes back, a friend was saying that VLOOKUP always works on the right side. If you want to find something from the right side of the common element, then only it will work. So that's correct. But you need to understand why right side. Because VLOOKUP starts finding in the first column itself, matching values. So VLOOKUP cannot work in this situation unless you move this name in the first position. Then employee ID will become second column and we will say, give me the second column. But that's a lot of work to shift the column positions.
Can we use match with the headers?
So we are
Match.
coming there. We are just discussing the problem. We'll do that. Okay. So VLOOKUP cannot function. XLOOKUP can work. Yes, we have discussed XLOOKUP last time. So go and watch that video if you are new to that. Now, so first of all, I need to know where is this name. In this data, I can find this name from here till this range, right? That's my name. From this cell C2 until C41. And it is also named as employee underscore name, just for writing it easily. Okay? So let me find this name in that list of all the names. So I'm writing a function match, find this name, and then where to find? I can write emp underscore name, because this was the name related to all the cells of those names, right? What kind of match I want? I want the same spelling to be found. So 0. And it is able to give me the position in that list. Let's check 1. So Adam Long is 17th name. Let's see from this cell until I see 17. That's Adam Long. That's correct. Okay. So this is done. Now, if I have to write index formula, so look at this. This range is a table. Name of the table is TBL employee info. Okay. So I'm writing a function equal index. What is the range name? TBL underscore employee info. That's my bigger range. But I'm not interested in everything from there. I am interested in 17th row because that's this person. So I will type row number 17. Go to row number 17. Then what was the next thing, thing, or which column I was interested in? That's employee ID. Employee ID in that table is first column. So I can easily say comma 1. So 17, because it was a very big list, I was not able to find. I had to work manually, right? So 17 I found using match function. Employee ID kaun sa column hai? Because there were only 5 columns, it was very easy for me to write 1, to count and write it, right? And now, okay, what is the issue here? Okay, not this 17, I need to use this cell, that's the reason. Okay. So use this row number and column number as 1 and give me the values from TBL employee info. So something which was not possible using VLOOKUP was possible using match and index. Why match and index? This portion is coming from match. Here, this portion is coming from match. To make it more dynamic, let's say this is not there. Department is not there. Currently, I am interested in employee ID. So I just wrote 1. What if I want to make it a little more dynamic? Okay. So maybe I will get the column number here itself. As of now, match function find me this employee ID. Find me this employee ID. Okay. From where? From this list of headers. Comma. What kind of match? Exact match. And it says that's column number 1. Currently it is EID, employee ID, and that's column number 1. Okay. So यहाँ पे जो भी लिखोगे, it will give you the position of that column number. And why don't we use this one in place of this manual one? I will use this cell and I will again put my dollars, because when we move up and down, this C1 will become C2, C3, C4, which I don't want. Okay. So I have frozen this. When I press enter, there is no impact on my result currently. But look at this now. If let's say I'm looking for a department. So this becomes 5 and now it is giving the results from 5th column. If I am looking for social security number. So this becomes 3 and it gives me results from 3rd column. Row number 17, 3rd column, this is the result. So index we are using to slice this bigger table based on these positions. This position is coming from match. This column number is also coming from match. If we want to avoid these cells, okay, and we want that, okay, I don't want to have these helping cells or helping columns. I am like comfortable with match and index already. So if I have to write this formula in one single place, then I will write it like this: equal index TBL underscore employee info. That's a bigger table. First, I need the row number. Row number for what? Row number for this employee. So I will start my match function here itself. Find me this person. Okay, comma. Where can I find it? In the employee. There was a name given to that list of people. Otherwise, I can go and select it. Comma 0. So in this list of employees, find me this employee exactly. So my row number will come from here. Then I can go for one more match function. What I'm looking for? I'm looking for maybe whatever is this cell. That's the header I'm looking for. That's the information I'm looking for. Okay. And then here I will use my dollars, because there are chances of getting it changed. Then where can I find this header? I will again go to that place and select only this range, and I will freeze it again with the dollars. You need to find exact match. So exact match and then close the match function. So index has 3 components required: data, row number, column number. All 3 are done. So we can close the index also. Okay. So just to read it easily, you can use Shift Enter. Okay, sorry, no need for Shift Enter. Alt Enter if you use. Okay, so it will help you read clearly. Okay, this is my main table. This is your second row number, and this is your column number formula. Okay, and now whatever you need, you just type the name of the column and then it will give you the same results. Okay, initially, do not try to attempt this. Okay, it will be confusing for you if you're not comfortable or you are using match function and index function for the first time. Slowly and slowly break the problem. Row number I will find first. Column number I will find next. Okay, let it be in different places. And once I'm comfortable with the full logic, then I will try to mix and match in one single place. Questions? समझ में आया?
No question, sir.
निकल गया?
सर समझ में तो आया, लेकिन ये जो सेकंड कॉलम में आपने फॉर्मूला लगाया ना, ये प्रैक्टिस से ही समझ में आएगा। इंडेक्स मैच समझ में आ गया।
I don't want you to write this formula straight away, okay? I want
Yes,
you
sir,
to
yes.
write this and this, and then
Yes, sir,
this,
yeah.
okay? So that should be
Okay.
your target initially,
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
okay? This I have written because some of you are already comfortable maybe with these things. So then you will ask, okay, how can I write it in one single place? So that's why I already gave the option. Okay. So if we recap, now we have known VLOOKUP, we have known match, we know index, we know XLOOKUP. Okay. These four things we know. VLOOKUP, what it does. So I will give you simple like logic. VLOOKUP looks for something. What? It will look in this place where, and then related column number, which column you want results from, and then match type, exact or approximate. Okay. So this is what VLOOKUP is asking for. Once you
Only right side, sir.
only on right
On-
side. That's the like obvious situation. Okay. Match function is similar to VLOOKUP. Where match function says what you want, where you want. Okay. And because it is a single list, either vertical or horizontal, that's why there is no question of related column number. So it will straight away ask for match type. So more or less, VLOOKUP के जैसा formula. Here it is related column index. Index means position of that column. Okay. Index says, okay, index where means your data, and then give me row number or column number. Okay, I will give you the result. कहाँ पे ढूंढना है, कौन सी लोकेशन पे, इन रो, कौन से कॉलम में, इन टर्म्स ऑफ कॉलम. XLOOKUP क्या कहता है? What do you want to find? Where or where is a bigger range actually? So here it says, okay, let me write where only. Where and resulting column. Okay. So where and resulting column. Here in the match function, comma, XLOOKUP, where is generally a list, single column or row. Okay. Let me show you XLOOKUP for those who were missing in the last session or maybe joined late. Okay. So if we were to do the same result using XLOOKUP, okay, XLOOKUP writing is very easy. So XLOOKUP, I'm looking for this. ये कहेगा कि कहाँ पे ढूंढूं मैं? Where should I find this name? So we'll go there and we will say find it here. We have given the direct column number, column range, that you can find that cell or that name in this list. Then this guy asks, what do you want in return? Once found, what do you want in return? So I am saying, if I'm looking for, let's say, employee ID, so I will just select column B. So A3 find in column C, but give me results from column B once it is matching. Results is same. So when XLOOKUP came, some like expert or some people who were aware of index and match, they simply said that index and match is dead. Index, match, VLOOKUP, they are dead. Okay, one way that's true. But when we design the dashboards, okay, to dynamically get something from somewhere, it is easy to manipulate numbers, row number and column number. For XLOOKUP, you have to generate this somehow dynamically, which is a difficult situation than generating the numbers. Okay. So in my opinion, XLOOKUP is good if you are using it as a replacement of normal VLOOKUP or index match. But in more dynamic situations, maybe your index and match will work even better. Okay. But like we are not married to any one function. It depends on our situation. Whichever works better, we will start using that one. Okay. But don't like contain yourself कि नहीं मेरे को VLOOKUP आ गया है मैं XLOOKUP सीख लूंगा easy है ठीक है. There are various benefits of all these 3 or 4 functions which we have discovered till now. Any further questions? Let me look at the chat box if something. Could you provide the working file in? I'm unable to find the file in the course. Okay, fine. I will share this file. Okay, next. Have to close the formula, another 0. Okay, yes, another 0. So we need to close each function. Okay, so here if I'm writing match, I am opening a bracket, I need to close match. I'm writing another match, I'm opening it here, I'm closing it here. I opened a bracket for index, so I need to close that for index. So every function requires opening and closing. Okay, accordingly, we might repeat closing brackets multiple times. And whenever you are closing or whenever you are writing formula, okay, always look for these colors. So that means red bracket opened, it got closed here. Red opened again, it got closed here. Black opened here and black is getting closed. Okay, so when I'm closing the bracket, it helps me with the color, which one you are about to close. Okay. One more time, black. And generally black is the end point. Okay, after black, you don't need. Okay, but it will come with practice. How many brackets you want to close?
अगर सर ज्यादा लग जाए तो क्या फॉर्मूला एरर दिखाता है ये?
ज्यादा लग जाए तो it will try to correct. So let's say I've kept 1. When I press enter, it is saying we found a typo in your formula and tried to correct it. And this is the corrected formula. Do you want to accept it? Okay. So it is asking your permission कि हमारे हिसाब से ये है, but we are not sure because maybe अभी आपका मूड हो कुछ और लिखने का फॉर्मूला के अंदर, ठीक है? So that's why it asks. It doesn't directly correct it. So if you are done, you can say yes, that's what I wanted, and okay, it will be corrected. It depends on the type of errors. Some of the things can get auto corrected like this, but not everything.
Okay, sir.
So how can we add time in Excel like 120 seconds? Okay, 230. Okay, so adding time is, so first of all, simply like this, 1 hour, 20 minutes, and let's say 30 seconds. Okay. AM, PM you can mention. If it was PM, then you should have written 13 hours, 20 minutes, and 30 seconds. So you type it like that, and it will be fine. Now, if you want to display it differently, then press Ctrl+1, and then you have various options, and you can decide, okay, I have typed everything, but I want to just focus on hours and minutes. So it will only display 1 hour, 20 minutes, although 30 seconds is still there in the data. Okay.
ओके सर.
और इसको ऐड करना है सर, जैसे टाइम मेरे पास बहुत सारे टाइम्स है, n number of तो 1 minute 20 second, 2 minutes 30 seconds, तो उसको टोटल क्यूमुलेटिव टाइम्स में ऐड करना था.
Is it duration?
तो उसको हाँ ड्यूरेशन है सर.
हाँ तो ड्यूरेशन है तो उसका डिफरेंट है. So duration
हाँ
है
तो उसमें सर सेकंड्स को मैं सर अभी काउंट कर रहा हूँ उसमें हंड्रेड्स में, 60 को हंड्रेड्स में कन्वर्ट करके फिर उसको टाइम ऐड कर रहा हूँ. बट ऐसा कोई शॉर्टकट है क्या? n number of
I think the thing is, let's say there are multiple time frames. Control Shift एक और टाइम डालते हैं 5 hour and 30 minutes and 0 seconds. ठीक है. Now when you select this, okay, ये तो ठीक आ गया 6 hours 50 minutes and 30 seconds. ठीक है. What if the second job was taking you, let's say 25 hours? ठीक है. 25 because it was a duration na AM PM हट जाएगा उसमें से. The only thing is so you can see if they are all durations, okay, or maybe what you can do, इसका एक simple solution है. There is a video on time calculations, okay, in the course. You can watch that and you will easily get the results. When you try to sum something related to time, so it is treating it, this one as also as a time and this one also as a time. It is not treating it as a duration. Okay. So if you sum it, let's say this is the real sum you are doing and close the bracket. Now, formatting side, what will happen? Let's say you are 5 hours is coming maybe multiple times.
अभी सर टाइम बराबर बता रहा है, बट ये 60 सेकंड्स के ऊपर चला जाएगा ना.
24 आवर्स के ऊपर चला जाएगा.
हाँ, अभी ये 30 प्लस 20 50 सेकंड.
ओके, 25:00. ओके, 16:05.
तो वो ऐड होगा, 75 हो जाएगा.
इसको let's keep it 3. Okay, so here it is showing 25, but duration के perspective से what, so basically it is a formatting related issue. You need to use this formatting. Look at this. Let me copy it for you. Okay, so if you are using just H:MM:SS, then it will reset and it will show you 1 hour 15 minutes and 30 seconds. It will reset the day. Okay, so you have to use in the formatting this square bracket around H, and that tells it that it is not a time stamp, it is a duration, and then it will not reset the cycle, it will keep on adding things. Okay, so it is a formatting issue. बाकी सब ठीक है.
सर एक बार उसमें 1 मिनट 30 सेकंड ऐसे मिनट एंड सेकंड का थोड़ा ऐड करके बताएं सर. 4-5 5 प्लस 30 सेकंड 2 प्लस 40 सेकंड ऐसा. ये तो आवर वाइज हो गया, आवर मिनट सेकंड, जस्ट मिनट एंड सेकंड.
So best would be कि next time you bring your data set and ask the questions by sharing your screen. Okay.
Okay.
So it will be easier for us. अभी data generate करने में बहुत time लग रहा है, right? Okay, PM को let's take.
चलेगा सर.
So bring your file and it will be easy to resolve it there. Okay. So 1 hour 15 minutes आ रहा है अभी तो, क्योंकि मेरा formatting ये वाला लगा हुआ है, right? Anyways, it is less than 24 hours, तो फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
Okay. Okay, thank you sir.
So
No
if
sir.
no questions, then thank you for coming to the doubt session. Those who are new, okay, always bring your problems with the sample data sets, okay, so that it's easy for us and others to see the screen, and then they can also help and I can help. Okay, next thing is that continue watching all the videos in the course order. Okay, and some of the things, some of you may not be getting it today, okay, but once you cover all the topics, if something is not understood, you can repeat it multiple times and then come back here. उसके बाद जो भी छोटे मोटे गैप्स बच जाते हैं वो यहाँ पे क्लियर हो जाएंगे. बट वो आपने मेन वीडियो ही नहीं देखा, मेन कॉन्सेप्ट ही पहली बार देख रहे हो, तो देन इट विल ऑलवेज बी डिफिकल्ट फॉर यू टू अंडरस्टैंड. ओके.
Okay sir.
Okay then, have a great night. Thank you and see you next week.
Same to you Akhilesh sir.
Yeah, I will share this
Thank you.
on the WhatsApp group. Okay.
Thank you very much for sharing. Okay.